The Callisto Protocol.
The first and only game from Striking Distance Studios, the legendary Glenn Schofield, and the mastermind behind Dead Space.
On day one, this game quickly became known as the Stutter Protocol. A week later,
we got to play the real game.
Today was a tragically confusing day for gaming.
I don't feel like pounding.
Nah.
Nay to the pound.
So let's talk about it. Why didn't we want to pound to this one?
This is our non-spoiler review for Callisto Protocol. And I just didn't feel like pounding. No. This game messed me up, Dalton. In good ways and bad ways.
It tears me apart. Day one, on a 3060, having to run ultra low settings, still unplayable.
Why do we have these problems?
No excuse.
Why do we have these problems?
And I was led to believe first that it was fine on consoles, but that's not the case for everybody.
Not the case. I played on a Series X, you played on PC.
Yeah,
and 3060. It was pretty much unplayable both ways.
Yeah, when I saw the review and then people started calling it Stutter Protocol, I was like, am I the only one? Am I doing something wrong? Like, am I the only one having this issue? No, it was not. And Stutter Protocol sounded so fitting, because I was just like, yep.
Unplayable mess.
Couldn't even get into it as much as I wanted to. I was so angered.
It's sad that we have these problems. And today, I don't, they said something about, play testing their game for like 7 months and it's been bug free.
6 months bug free.
And then day one, and then what they say, it was one line of code.
They said one line of code was placed wrong.
It doesn't.
And they did 3 updates to fix one line of code.
There's no excuse. The game's out. No. It's out.
And they straight lied about that. So
these companies made
me instantly and have so much animosity towards this game and not want to play this game.
It hurt because this game is insane.
Even on lowest settings, it is gorgeous.
Well, yeah.
No, it's fucking gorgeous. It was unplayable, but it was gorgeous.
This game is very pretty, dog.
Like insane. The hair follicles, the sweat. Like they're reacting to the lights when you look into them. It's beautiful. And once they fixed it, oh my god, I can play on ultra and it ran smooth with no stutters or no lag, and I'm like, god, this game is awesome. Like, and it also picks up after an act or two, and like I was there, I was for it, I was enjoying it a whole lot more, which torn me in two because I was like, man, like. If you would have released like this, it would be a whole different story, man.
Different story.
Like, and I get like some people are like, well, they fixed it pretty quick. I'm like, a week for a line of code first off isn't quick. If that was the truth,
it could have been 1 day, 2 days. It doesn't matter. The game releases. That's what we review.
Yeah, I'm sick of this.
I'm
sick of that.
Sick and tired of that, dude.
How many games really shit? I mean, it's not the tragic stories of like Battlefront 2 and stuff. That take a year to turn around into a totally different game. Like, it's not that, but it's still the principle. Like, this was such a hyped game. This had so many people going on this gravy train waiting for it to land. Like, everyone was excited. Everyone couldn't wait. It had so much pressure on it. Like, how did you not, especially when you made the bold statements as you did, how did you not make this release count? Like, how did you not nail that? Like, you completely f***ed up and dropped the ball on that. Yeah. Like, you just forever besmirched your game. Mm-hmm. Period.
Regardless.
Because now I can't give you the rating I want to because there's no excuse. There's no redeeming.
There's no excuse, man. I'm tired of these companies doing that.
In the end, I thoroughly enjoyed this game.
And I really did too,
man.
And
it's beautiful.
Me and Dalton
you see your breath, the snow forms on your armor, like the gore, the decapitations, and the dismemberment. Like,
it's all there.
Oh, the lighting is insane.
We're not going to show too much for this video, I don't think. But the brutality, we show them. The brutality is there, man.
We're not making money off these videos yet anyway. Let's show people everything.
Brutality is here. The overall ambience and atmosphere. Definitely one of the most immersive games I've played this year.
Yeah.
I was in that shit, son. I was in there. Every sound, every corner, every new hallway I had to walk down. Once it started working, it was over. But that's gonna lead us to our next point though, which is definitely combat.
Yeah, I mean it was lacking, man. In certain points it was great. In certain aspects it was great. But so the combat's like if you haven't played it,
that dance kind of stuff.
Yeah, the enemy goes to swing, you have to hold the direction to dodge out of it. And that doesn't sound inherently bad. But there's no lock on, there's no dodge button or backstep whatsoever.
It's a soft lock on. It's like
barely.
You can't disengage because you start blocking.
Yeah.
And I think that's absolutely dog shit stupid.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go too much into that yet.
One-on-ones in small combat plays great.
Wonderful.
Once you get multiple enemies, especially if somebody's behind you, it just becomes, it's not a challenge that you're like, oh, let me
get good. Yeah. No, it's broken.
Aggravating thing that you can't even turn around quickly to address or backstep to get out of a crowd. You just have to try. And then if you're blocking one, you can't block multiple at the same time.
No,
like
you just get jumped.
So many
you literally get jumped. You're just getting jumped.
I mean, when it works, it works.
Oh,
like the guns are great. I love all the guns. The gun variety, like the baton, once you upgrade it, feels powerful. You know, chopping off limbs and stuff feels awesome. Hitting those right dodges feels clean.
Dude.
Learning the AI, which isn't crazy.
They have their moments. They have their moments.
Barely.
Nah.
AI was lacking.
Some stuff didn't happen to you, but some stuff happened to me.
I had enemies run away and stuff.
Well, no, it's not just that, but like there were some really solid AI moments in there.
Combat-wise, bro. It's like turn-based game.
I wouldn't say it was turn-based, but it was definitely a dance, one-sided, give and take. Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it. But dude, once you, like I told you before we started this one, man, like once you got into the rhythm of it, I got used to it.
I mean, I ended up having fun. There was a lot of combat towards the end of the game, and I mean, I was in it. I was there. It's just
I ended up kind of enjoying it though.
I wanted more, dude. I expected way more out of this.
If this game had a disengage or a sidestep button,
that would probably
clear up every combat.
I literally
issue
think if the game just had a backstep button, it would make
just a backstep.
It would literally make it a 9.
How can you have a group combat situation and you can't back up?
No, but not even like a quick turnaround or nothing.
Dude, they didn't have a snap turn.
Yeah, like
go ahead and find a freaking survival horror game ever released that didn't have a snap turn.
They could have done a lot to just make it a little better. But I think they really wanted you to focus on the guns, and like even that's cool. But like, dude, once they put you up against some pretty tough scenarios.
Oh yeah.
And my problem with it was like I wasn't like, because I mean I played games like Dark Souls and Elden Ring, like I like a challenge, you know, but it didn't feel like, oh my god, I have to overcome this big difficulty. It was
mechanically messed up.
It was like, you dude, like this is aggravating rather than fun. Like this isn't a fun, difficult challenge. This is just brutal. Like this is bad mechanics, and I'm having to work around to try to conquer. Like, and that's not the same thing at all.
Their progression was nice. We're not going to go too in deep. We're saving all this stuff for our spoiler.
They had multiple weapons.
Yeah.
You upgrade them through a 3D printer. You know, like
they had some good options.
Attachments and upgrades.
You upgraded many different things than I did. We played 2 different ways, which was awesome. Keep going, but this game surprised me with its pretty solid exploration. It wasn't too big, but it was very rewarding.
And it did a really good job of linking areas together.
Absolutely.
It didn't like, I'll say it encouraged exploration, but it wasn't mandatory by any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it felt natural.
It was nice. It did feel natural.
You were in the need of stuff, and there could be stuff down there.
And it felt very atmospheric.
Oh, dude, this whole game. You can't even...
Talking about the atmosphere, I want to point out, why in a game like this can you pick up audio logs and not listen to them on the move? You have to stay in your menu and click a audio tape and listen to it all the way through. You're
telling me you're in this...
You have to just sit here on that screen and listen to it the whole time? Like
insanely dangerous area. There's danger where it could happen to you at any second, and you have to stop what you're doing, pull up a menu, while you're just standing there in the middle of the open and listening to these things. That's ridiculous, dude. That sucked. But because you want to listen to those things. Those are like lore drops.
Really good. Yeah.
But no,
it's how you get a lot of your story told to you.
it's just
Like,
it's
cool.
It didn't fit well right there. But
No, and I like the audio logs. I thought they did good with them.
they had
but
some cool ones.
damn it, let me walk while I listen to them.
Yeah,
Like, come on.
let me look around, see what's going on while I'm, just listening to these things. I don't understand why you had to pull up your menu screen for that.
I mean, while we're just on audio, the like sound design was great.
Wow, very good.
It was
very
good. Like
good.
the gun sounded good.
Gun
the
sounded
hits
good.
sounded
The
great.
environments were wild.
Like the ambiance. Oh my god! Like just the sounds. Like I would constantly
things
be freaked
screaming in the distance.
Yeah.
Somebody just getting absolutely drilled down the hall. There's nothing you can do about it. And you just got to listen to them die.
Your footsteps, everything sounded very good.
It was dark. It was loud. It was like a, I don't know how you, what's the word? I don't know what I'm talking about. I apologize, but they did very good there. This game is immersive as
Yeah, no, I mean the world.
They nailed that.
Beautiful. You see some beautiful sights. You have some very scary interiors. Like, I mean, there were certain times I really felt like I was on my toes. Like I was.
Oh yeah.
I was worried. Like it really puts you there. I thought they did great with that.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I wanted to love this game so much, and I ended up loving it a lot. But
Dude.
there's so many problems. Like, I couldn't get over the combat. Like, as much as it was fun at times, like it should have been way better.
It could have been way better.
Like,
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
yeah.
Definitely should have done that.
I like the way they did the progression. I like the way you sold credits and used the 3D printer. Like, it reminded me kind of like Prey. Like, I like the leveling up of your guns. I like that they give you a wide arsenal.
Mhm.
Some people really complained about ammunition. I did not have that hard of a time finding ammunition.
I played on normal and I did okay. I did not do maximum. I don't think any of us did maximum.
No, God, no.
This game is a double-edged sword.
I mean, you talk about exploration, they even have mimics.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
what I call mimics.
Mimics
You open
that-
up a chest and this little thing jumps out at you.
Boy,
And then there's not even anything in the chest, so it's a double F you.
them shits will get you, dog. I don't
Yeah,
care.
that
You
shit
could
was
be the
hilarious.
toughest dude in the room. You think you about to get some loot. Man,
So let's move on to like world building and story.
let's just hit him with the, like the general thing going on.
I
Your,
really like the story.
Jacob, what's his last name?
No idea. It's Jacob.
He's a mocapped actor by Josh Dahaniel.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that.
Dude, I don't know. This dude did fantastic
Yeah.
though.
And you know him when you see him.
You know exactly who he is.
I actually didn't realize that was that actor until I played the beginning of the game when he doesn't have the shaved head.
Yeah.
I did not realize that was him.
I love
I
the shaved
recognize Kamiko, from the
Yeah,
boys.
the boys.
And
Yeah,
she did great.
I forgot her name too. We'll put them in the air somewhere. But
She did fantastic.
dude,
I thought.
this game's few characters are all very impactful.
No, they brought it. Like,
Very good.
and
Very
the story
solid.
is not super original. Like, I mean, you've seen stuff like this done
Mhm.
before, but they still do it in a very good way.
It has its peak moments that really define why this
Yeah.
game is so good.
Yeah, we'll
Atmospherically,
talk about some
historically.
like really key moments of
Oh, yeah.
spoilers because like there's certain times where, I mean, I noticed stuff that he didn't, which
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah, it's
because
wonderful.
it really felt like that made me feel like I was really reading characters there
Mhm.
and noticing nuances in their performance, which he didn't pick up on at first, and I'm sure there was things vice versa. So that, I mean, like
It's
they
not like
do it well.
it's not like you're an idiot for not knowing. It's just
No.
you're invested. You don't see certain things, and dude, it's man, it's
I mean, those moments were like watching a very good movie. bro.
dude,
Like,
yeah, dude.
It's so good. You can see, the emotion. You can see the gestures, like everything. You can see them convey their actual performance on screen. They do it well.
I think Josh deserves at least somewhat of an award for this.
He definitely deserves some type of reward.
He killed it, man.
And it's like we say all this, and we love it so much. Like, but the combat was lacking. And just that day one, man. Like if we would have reviewed this before they would have fixed it, this game would be a 4 for me.
Yeah.
Like because it looked gorgeous and like it had some cool things about it, but it was unplayable.
It was
Like,
definitely below average.
well below.
I would have to give it.
Unplayable.
I would have to give it a. I would have to, dude. It was unplayable. I would have to give it like a 2 or a 3.
Like
Day 1, 2 or 3.
Man.
And that sucks. This game is the most double-edged sword game I've ever seen. On one side, you have just this tragic release that was garbage. It was unplayable on almost
so
every platform.
And now we're sitting here speculating DLC
Yeah.
and can't wait to see what else this game can give us.
Man, dude, it's a weird one. That's why we said it was so confusing. But our spoiler video we'll go a lot more into.
Yeah, we'll go really into depth on that.
But we just wanted to get this out of here.
Absolutely beautiful game.
Absolutely.
Now runs good.
Yes, it does.
Now, gameplay, great progression. Sound, great. Combat. You're either gonna half-ass enjoy it or you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of people are gonna hate the combat. Some people won't think it's that bad. You went in a route that kind of made you a little OP.
A little bit.
So that was really funny. 'Cause I didn't even use the weapon you used, but talk about that later. But I mean, the immersion that puts you there, the world building there, the maps there, like they really brought it. And it just hurts that so much of that just like everything has dirt on it now because they ruined that initial launch. Like
we have to review
even
it.
with the combat like not really suiting my fancy there.
Yep.
If they wouldn't have had that initial release, like I would have absolutely loved this game because everything else brought me there. This is what that game was supposed to do and it did it.
When a company says this game comes out today, whenever it releases, that's how we are going to review things. And dude, that just sucks.
Yeah.
It really does. It hurts a lot. But we'll just save the rest of the stuff for the spoiler, man. We got so much to talk about.
I agree. We have a lot to talk about on this one. And especially if you played it,
well, you know,
come join us because we feel your pain on that. If you played it in the first week of launch. So, I mean, with final verdicts, I would say, like...
I would say definitely buy this game now.
Yeah, hands down, buy the
it
game.
now.
If you like survival horror, you know, and story-driven games and narrative-driven games, like,
you gotta
buy
play
this
it.
game.
You gotta play it.
And I'll say...
I don't think I can put a review on it, dude.
I'm gonna label it.
I don't think I can do it.
Day 1 was certainly like a 3 or 4 for me.
I'm gonna say 3 or 4 day 1 for sure. I'll agree with you there.
I'll give it that 8 because they really took graphics to a whole new level, and they really took that motion capture to a whole new level. They took an unoriginal premise and made it really good, and they kept me there. And their characters were amazing, and I really did love the progression. The combat was not there for me, and Jesus Christ, Day 1 is unreal, but I would still give this game an 8.
Dude, I can't. I gotta save it for the spoilers. I gotta talk about more stuff. Day 1, this game was a 3 or 4 in my opinion. I didn't even want to play it. I didn't even want to finish it.
I literally cut it off.
Yeah.
And went, I'm not even gonna say what I went to play.
I know you
played
did.
another game.
I know. But I'm gonna hold off until my spoiler review. I gotta talk about some things. But 3 or 4 Day 1. But get it now. It is in a better spot. And with that, I think we'll conclude our non-spoilers.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Please check out that next one.
Yeah, and as always, thank everybody. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content.
Yep.
Stay tuned if you've played the game and want to hear us share our pain with you on that one, or if you're somebody that just, you know, wants to see it, wants to hear about it. Stay tuned.
Hop in
Always
there.
want to plug the Command Center.
Always.
New podcast they release every Tuesday on Spotify and iTunes.
Love them boys.
Awesome content. So stay tuned. We got more content coming.